Hey Arch, how's it going? This is Ryan with TrendLizard.com. Thanks for being a member at TrendLizard for so many years, and thanks for sending me the email with the three tickers that you wanted me to analyze for you. I'm going to take a look at all three here: Microsoft, Tesla, and the GBTC, which is the Bitcoin Trust / ETF that we've looked at before. So let's start with Microsoft. I know I've looked at all three of these for you before, but I'm going to do a quick rundown of the overall perspective on these guys just to put them into the proper perspective and see where they're heading from here. So for Microsoft, it was incepted a long time ago, back in 1986. Gave us a very nice trendy 5-wave advance into 2000, a large 3-wave pullback. A major low was recorded in 2009, and it's been in a big uptrend since then. So really all we care about is what's happened since 2009. So we're going to take a closer look at this action here to see what's going on. And this is my take on what's happened off that low. It looks like a large, incomplete 5-wave advance, currently in the third wave of that advance, a move that's been in place since 2011. Lots of subdivisions. The pullbacks, at least on this time frame, don't look that big. Obviously, there's been some big pullbacks along the way, but overall this guy has been steady to the upside and an absolute stud. So again, still believe it's in a third wave advance to the upside. It's never done anything wrong. Everything to the upside has been trendy 5-wave action, so all of that has been good. So let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look at what's happened in 2020 to get a little better idea of its timing moving forward. So this is it. This is the advance off of March's low in 2020. It is a 5-wave advance. I have changed this a little bit since the last time we analyzed it, just based on the pullback that's happened off of September's high. We were looking for one more up leg, I thought, to complete this 5-wave move, but this guy has really stalled and pulled back, or more likely moved sideways since September's high. So to me, it appears that the 5-wave advance completed in early September and is in a larger counter-trend pullback. This might look familiar to you. It looks a lot like our analysis of QQQ, the ETF for the NASDAQ. Very similar here. It just doesn't look complete, this pullback off of September's high. It looks like we had an A wave down, we're in a B wave recovery, and a C wave down is still due. That would be what makes the most sense. The interesting thing about the 2020 market is it's been very difficult for the market to pull back in any real way. So anytime we're looking for a larger pullback, it's almost like with a grain of salt, just because the market never goes down, never seems to complete the pullbacks that it starts. Nevertheless, the most sensible thing for Microsoft to do here would be to move below 210 and give us a larger C wave down. A move below 210 confirms that we're getting a larger pullback here, and we would expect a move down into this yellow support area before Microsoft finds support, turns up, and resumes the trend. That's what we're looking at. The most important thing here is that Microsoft is bullish, no matter how you want to label it, whether you want to imply that this pullback is already completed and in November it's resuming its uptrend, or whether that pullback will continue, which again is the most likely, most sensible outcome in my point of view. So either way, it's bullish. It's just a matter of timing, whether you're going to get another down leg into this yellow area or whether Microsoft is going to head higher first. A move below 210 says that a larger pullback will form before it's ready to head to the upside from there. So that is Microsoft. Still bullish on that guy. Don't be surprised to see a larger pullback complete first. Let's go ahead and shift our focus to Tesla now, TSLA. One of the 2020 darlings. It has absolutely exploded in 2020. Overall, it's been a great stock. It was incepted in 2010. It completed a large 5-wave move at the 2017 high. Gave us a large 3-wave counter-trend pullback that found support in the yellow Fibonacci area, at which point it kicked off to the upside again and has given us 3 waves to the upside on the way to giving us 5 waves eventually. Last time we took a look at this thing, I'd indicated we should be getting the largest pullback we'd seen since March's low was established. That's exactly what's happened. It hasn't really been a destructive pullback, but as far as time is concerned, it's clearly the largest pullback we've seen since March's low, and it clearly indicates that this 5-wave advance off of March's low completed at September's high. Something similar to what we saw with Microsoft, something that we see similar on a number of different places, although a lot of stocks have already returned to new highs because 2020. So let's keep drilling in, take a little closer look at Tesla and see what might be going on off of September's high here. Might be August, either late August, early September. Take a look at this move. to understand when it might be ready to give us the next big installment to the upside, a fifth wave up. So let's zoom in. If we were to look for the standard counter trend form, we would expect an A, B, C move, right? They always play out in three-wave moves, at least most of the time they do. And if we're going to get that standard pattern, we're in the B wave recovery right now, still needing a C wave down. Who knows if it'll actually make it to the yellow support area. Again, so many things have refused to give us full-size pullbacks in 2020. But either way, we would expect some kind of down leg back at least towards September's low before this thing completes. It could potentially move as low as the lower end of this yellow support area before it heads to the upside. But either way, it would look like a larger pullback was due. There is another possibility that we need to consider, however, just because the way this move has contracted over the past few months here, and that is a triangle formation. Triangle formations in Elliott Wave can occur in two places, either as a fourth wave or as a B wave. Obviously, this would fit the bill because it's in a fourth wave. It has contracted. You can see how it could be a counter trend, or excuse me, a triangle labeling here. If this is the case, we're never going to get that spike lower, which almost fits with the 2020 theme, right, where things really never spike lower. You kind of, pullbacks just kind of die, and then price just decides to head higher out of nowhere, which is just about what you'd get out of a triangle pattern where you see strength emerge to the upside out of nowhere. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because I don't want you to completely exclude the possibility that Tesla could resume its uptrend without giving us a sharper ending pattern in a C-wave decline. So you need to be aware of this possibility. And I think basically what you do to solve this problem is just go with the strength. If you see, and that can be strength to the downside too, if you see a breakdown that's sharp, you can assume that it's a C-wave down that's going to set up that fifth wave advance. If instead you see that strength to the upside, consider it the start of your fifth wave and start trading that guy and looking for a bigger move to the upside, one that moves above that August-September high and gives us a larger five-wave advance from there. So that is Tesla. Let us get on to GBTC, the Bitcoin Trust ETF that we follow at TrendLizard.com every day. And this is another one we've looked at for you. And not, for the most part, things haven't changed other than the very near-term action. Incepted in 2015, down move. Then it kicked off a very large, huge five-wave advance into the 2017 high, late 2017. From there, it gave back a huge portion of the gains it had put together, but then it stabilized and it turned higher. That was a bullish thing because this pullback very much looks like a three-wave move. So you have trendy action to the upside, counter-trend action to the downside, and then we've had some volatility since then. So overall, it's bullish. The question, again, comes down to timing. Has the uptrend resumed off of this low here, or are we going to get a larger counter-trend pullback? My take has been that we should get a larger counter-trend pullback, and I'll show you why as we go, but we will take a look at both possibilities. Here's the first possibility, and in fact, the last time we talked, I said look for a move up to 1880. That level was touched for the very first time today, something that was last visited in 2018. We said watch for a move up to 1880. It actually hit 1886 at today's high. I'm not saying this is going to be a high, but this is a resistance area. It's based on equality between this A wave that happened in early 2019, this being the C wave. It's now equal in size to wave A. That's the most common relationships between A's and C's within the same structure. So it's possible that a high is near, absolutely. The reason that I think that it's more likely that this is a counter-trend recovery and not the start of another five-wave advance is because of the depth of this pullback here, wave B. It retraced substantially more than 61.8% of this up leg, which really shouldn't happen if a new trend had begun back at this low here. So to me, it's a better fit to call this an ABC B-wave pullback, still with the C wave down to the upside. That said, I think if anything that we've learned in 2020 is that you have to go with the strength because you never know when it's going to end. And in that respect, I think you need to stay bullish, and I'll give you some more specifics as we go here. First, I want to take a look at the other possibility that this is the start of a new uptrend. This red line here represents that 61.8% retracement. You can see it blew through that level, almost made it all the way back to the low. Makes it tough to think that this is the start of a new trend. But nevertheless, we'll see what happens from here to confirm that, and I'll show you what that'll take here. This is a close look at the advance off of March's low. So if we zoom back out here, it's this low that happened in 2020 to the upside. And this is a 5-wave move to the upside. It gave us a 3-wave pullback that I didn't believe had completed at this low. I thought we would get another down leg. Didn't happen. GBTC has been super strong since late September. It just keeps ticking higher pretty much every day and has shown a lot of strength. And when I say you need to stick with the strength, that's what I'm referring to. This type of move, you just don't get pullbacks along the way, and that's just not natural. That's not the way the market is normally moved. You look back even off of March's low, you'd get pullbacks along the way. Here you'd get an up leg and then a pullback. This time we're just hey, 2020, amazing, everything's great. So up to the sky it goes. And you have to stick with moves like this because they are super strong. It would take a move below 1575 to indicate that this up leg has completed. That for me would be an indication that you probably need to be cautious, step aside, see what's coming, see if some larger pullback is coming from there. The most important level, it's too far away to be super useful right now, but is 1350. A move below 1350 at any point would be a huge warning sign that maybe we've maxed out, we've completed this ABC recovery for the bigger wave B, and we might be getting ready for a much larger pullback. So that's a really important level. You can't really be bullish if GBTC moves below 1350 at any point. But again, the shorter term level to keep an eye on is 15.75. A move below that level says at least this up leg, like 6-week up leg here has completed. You're getting a larger pullback, and that would be a clue for me to become more cautious and step aside. So that's what we got for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful week, and making some money with this very one-directional market. Come visit us at TrendLizard.com if you're not a subscriber yet. We do this stuff every day and show you how to use Elliott Wave theory on all the major indexes and sectors and everything else. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.